Mrs. Harper asked me to stay after class on a Wednesday. She said it quietly while everyone else was packing up their bags. Bruce, can you hang back for a minute? Like it was nothing. Like my world wasn't about to end. I knew what this was about. I sat in my desk while the other seniors filed out. Jake punched my shoulder on his way past and said something about me being in trouble. Emma gave me a sympathetic look. Then it was just me and Mrs. Harper in the empty classroom with the afternoon sun coming through the windows making everything look too bright and too real. She closed the door. My hands went cold. Mrs. Harper was my English teacher. She was maybe 40 and wore cardigans and had short gray hair she kept in a neat bob. She was the kind of teacher everyone liked because she actually listened when you talked and didn't treat you like you were stupid for asking questions. I had her for 2 years now. Junior year and senior year. She pulled a chair up next to my desk instead of staying behind her own. I need to talk to you about something, she said. My throat felt tight. My daughter showed me something last night. An Instagram account. She's 16. She follows a lot of accounts about gender identity and LGBTQ issues. She showed me one account in particular because she was worried. I couldn't breathe. The account belongs to someone named Caroline. There are photos. Selfies mostly. Some writings about being trans. About hiding. About fear. She paused. The face in those photos looks a lot like yours, Bruce. I stared at my desk. There was a scratch in the wood shaped like a lightning bolt. I had traced that scratch with my finger 100 times during boring lectures. Now I traced it again because I didn't know what else to do. Is it you? She asked. I could lie. I could say it was someone who looked like me. A coincidence. But Mrs. Harper wasn't stupid and I was tired of lying. Yes, I said. She nodded slowly. Thank you for being honest. Are you going to tell the school? Why would I do that? Because it's against the rules or something. Because people will freak out. Bruce. She waited until I looked at her. I'm not here to punish you. I'm here because my daughter was worried. She said some of the posts sounded really sad. That hit different. I had written some dark things on that account. Things I couldn't say anywhere else. I'm okay. I said. Are you? I don't know. She was quiet for a moment. Then she said, Can I ask you something? Sure. Does anyone else know? No. Just you now. Not your parents. I almost laughed. Definitely not my parents. Friends. No. So you've been carrying this alone. That must be really hard. Something in my chest cracked. I felt tears coming and I tried to stop them, but I couldn't. I started crying right there in her classroom at 3:30 on a Wednesday afternoon. Big embarrassing sobs that made my shoulders shake. Mrs. Harper didn't say anything. She just reached over and put her hand on my shoulder and let me cry. When I finally stopped, I felt empty and raw and exposed. I'm sorry. I said. Don't apologize. You're allowed to feel things. I'm just so tired. I know. I don't know what to do. I can't be Caroline at school. I can't be her at home. She only exists online and even that feels dangerous now. Mrs. Harper pulled her chair closer. What do you want? What do you mean? If you could have anything. If there were no rules or consequences or fear. What would you want? I thought about it. Really thought about it. I want to be her. Not just online. Not just in my room at night. I want to be Caroline all the time. Then that's what we work toward. How? One step at a time. First we make sure you're safe. Then we figure out support. Then we make a plan. You're going to help me? If you want me to. I nodded. I couldn't speak. Okay, she said. First things first. Are you safe at home? My dad would kill me if he found out. Literally. No. But he'd kick me out. He's made it clear what he thinks about trans people. Your mom? She does whatever he says. Mrs. Harper wrote something down in a small notebook. How old are you? 17. 18 in 4 months. And you graduate in June. Yes. Do you have somewhere to go after graduation? I got accepted to state. I was planning to live in the dorms. That's good. That's really good. She looked at me. We just need to get you through the next 6 months. Can you do that? I think so. No more posts about hurting yourself. If you feel that way, you call me. Or you call the crisis line. Or you go to the hospital. Do you understand? Yes. I'm serious, Bruce. You matter. Your life matters. I started crying again. We talked for another hour. She gave me her cell phone number. She told me about a support group that met downtown on Thursdays. She said we could work on a plan for coming out safely after I turned 18 and graduated. She made me promise I would reach out if things got bad. When I finally left the school, I felt lighter. Not fixed. Not better. Just less alone. I went home and my parents were fighting about something stupid. Money or the car or whatever. They barely noticed me. I went to my room and locked the door and opened Instagram on my phone. I looked at Caroline's account. All the photos I had posted over the past year. Me in makeup. Me in dresses. Me trying to look like the girl I felt like inside. The captions about fear and hope and loneliness. Mrs. Harper's daughter had seen all of it. I wondered how many other people had seen it too. How long before someone else recognized me? How long before it spread through the school like wildfire? Then I saw something that made my blood turn to ice. A new comment on my most recent post. Posted 2 hours ago. Nice dress, Bruce. Everyone at school is gonna love this. The username was at @JakeCarson_real. Jake. My friend Jake. The guy who sat next to me in 3 classes. The guy I had known since middle school. He had found me. And he was going to tell everyone. I opened my messages. There was one from Jake sent 15 minutes ago. We need to talk. Tomorrow before school. Behind the gym. Come alone. My hands were shaking so hard I almost dropped the phone. I thought about texting Mrs. Harper. But what could she do? Jake already knew. The damage was already done. I lay in bed that night staring at the ceiling. Tomorrow everything would change. Tomorrow everyone would know. Tomorrow Bruce would disappear and Caroline would be exposed and I had no idea what would happen next. At 2 a.m. I got another text. From a number I didn't recognize. I saw Jake's comment. I'm sorry. For what it's worth, I think you're brave. Sarah from history class. Then another one 5 minutes later. Hey Caroline. Jake's an idiot. Don't listen to him. Marcus. Then another. Then more. Texts from numbers I didn't have saved. From people I barely knew. From kids at school who had somehow found my account and had been following Caroline without me knowing. Some messages were supportive. Some were curious. Some were confused. But none of them were hateful. By morning I had 43 messages. I met Jake behind the gym like he asked. My heart was racing. I was ready for the worst. He was leaning against the wall looking at his phone when I walked up. Hey, he said. He looked at me for a long moment. Then he said, my cousin is trans. He transitioned 2 years ago. My aunt and uncle disowned him. I didn't know what to say. I've been following your account for 3 months, Jake continued. I recognized you in the second photo you posted. I didn't say anything because I figured you had your reasons for keeping it private. Then why did you comment? Because last night I saw someone else comment. Ryan Mitchell. He was planning to screenshot everything and post it around school this morning. Make a whole thing out of it. My stomach dropped. So I commented first, Jake said. I made it seem like I was going to expose you. Then I texted everyone I know and told them to follow your account and show support. I figured if everyone already knew and was on your side, Ryan couldn't do anything. I stared at him. I'm sorry if I scared you, he said. I just thought it was better to control the narrative before Ryan turned it into something ugly. I didn't know whether to laugh or cry or punch him. So everyone knows? I asked. Pretty much. And they're okay with it? Most of them. Some don't care. Some are confused. But yeah, most are okay with it. I looked down at my shoes. What about you? I think Caroline seems cooler than Bruce, Jake said. No offense. I laughed. Actually laughed. It felt good. So what now? I asked. Now you decide who you want to be. I walked into school that morning as Bruce. But for the first time in my life I felt like Caroline. People stared. People whispered. But nobody said anything cruel. Emma hugged me in the hallway. Sarah asked if I wanted to sit with her at lunch. Marcus gave me a fist bump. Mrs. Harper saw me between classes. She pulled me aside. I heard what happened, she said. Are you okay? I think so. Jake's a good kid. Yeah. This doesn't change our plan. We still take things slow. We still keep you safe. I know. She smiled. But this is a good start. That afternoon I went home and looked at myself in the mirror. Bruce stared back. But underneath I could see Caroline. Waiting. And for the first time she didn't look scared. She looked ready. If you enjoyed this story, you can find more like it in my Femboy and Cross-Dressing Stories bundle. 5 complete stories available now on Amazon for just $4.99. Until next time, keep exploring, feeling, and becoming who you are.